I thought this deck would be interesting and cool and fun just because it did top 8 a challenge, which, you know, doesn't mean that much that it's a good list, but I wanted to give it a shot. I thought it'd be fun. I've always thought that this blue-black shell was very good with Bowmasters and Frog. I always thought this was good. I think that the Oculus Unearth version of the deck is very inconsistent, and sometimes you get stuck with cards that you can't really use. So I want to just play this deck to kind of avoid that problem, where you could just you don't have to just... There's so many cards in that deck where you just couldn't play them out as you wanted freely, and I think that that's a big problem, and I think that this deck hopefully seeks to alleviate that problem, where you just get to jam your threats, right? Like Bowmaster EOT, all kinds of stuff. Alright, so we're just going to chill and wait for a game, and then we'll get going. I guess we can keep this. We start off with Polluted Delta, and then we can Surveil. We have a bunch of looks, right? Because we get a Surveil, and then we get a Thought Scour card. I wonder if it's better to Surveil or to Thought Scour. Goblin Guide. Oh boy. Well, technically Goblin Guide can help us get a land. But if we... that's tough. Alright, let's Surveil here. Yeah, well, you know, he's reliving his glory days. What's up, Stork? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. If I was going to crack this, right? If I was going to crack this and shock, I would take 2 anyway. So, to crack, to shock, to Fatal Push would have been 2 damage regardless. So let's just take... Let's just get it, get our land, and then, you know, we could chill here. And now we'll get another chance, right? And we can Thought Scour if the thing's not a land, and then we can Fatal Push it. So shocking ourselves to taking 2 and Fatal Pushing this was the same thing as Surveiling. Not the same, but... Do you know what I mean? Not really the same. Yep. Because I didn't remove the problem, but... Alright, trigger number 1. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Remember when we had mana issues? Oh. Oh, beautiful. Alright, well, let's kill one of these. Let's kill one of these. I need him to cast a spell so I can Force of Negation it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to discard. Force... I should cast the Thought Scour first, right? See what card I get. A Psychic Frog. Alright. Force, pitching, sink into Stupor? Yeah. Okay. You'll do a turn. Let's Frog. And then this fetches a basic. Oh god, I kind of really love Psychic Frog. It's such a silly card. Bolt Wave, huh? Okay, I go to 12. No big deal. No big deal. Okay, that's gonna eat a Fatal Push. Alright, let's get a Swamp here. And zap. I guess push. That's probably a better word. Okay, so we have Bowmasters for this. We have a Counterspell. Let's swing our Frog. Do I want to discard anything here? I don't think so. I think I could find a use for all of these cards. Wow, that's pretty good. Alright, so our opponent has 3 cards in their hand, and we have significantly more cards. How many basics are in this list? 3 islands. Perfect. Okay, so let's see what we're drawing. Do we get a free card? Alright, we're drawing a Spell Snare. I'm just gonna Fatal Push this. There's no point in, like, sacrificing a Bowmaster here when I could do a bunch of damage. I go to 8. Alright. Bowmaster. Alright, so we don't need to crack. We're done cracking. Attack, attack, attack. So, let's do some math quick. If I hit them for 4 now, right? Is it better to hold this up? No, I don't need to hold this up. Let's just turn it into a thing. I can pretty much dump my... I don't know if I could dump my hand, but... I mean, they have 2 cards. We have 3 counterspells. Yay. Alright. Russell Wilson is playing a deck from when he was a superstar on the Seahawks. What do I want? I don't want this. 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 I guess there's an argument for these two, but, like, Toxic really doesn't feel good against Burn. Engineering Explosives might be good. What is Engineered Explosives better than? It might be better than this card. This card's a little derpy when you're getting beat in the face by goblin guides over here. You know, you don't have time for this. So let's try this list. I really like the sink into Stupors here. I really like how flexible they are. This hand's not very great, but yeah, I don't think we can keep this. If we miss on a blue, we're done. Okay, we can do this. Keep, put back Sewers, I guess. I wonder if I have to Subtlety this. They're at 4 cards, right? I'm gonna do it. I mean, they mulliganed to 6, so... I'm going to do this. This might not be the best play, but... I just have to fill up my graveyard for a giant Murktide, and that was a really good draw to do that. Alright, so they'll attack me, and I will survey... I'll try and get an extra... What? That's very interesting that they didn't do anything here. I feel like they're trying to Boros Charm me, so I'm not going to crack my fetch. So I'm just going to leave both open like this, and we'll see. I don't really want to get Boros Charmed. I guess they may have put the Goblin Guide on the bottom. Alright, that works too. So let's just... It's not a Boros Charm, but, you know, get your... One time I used to play Rogue Scapeshift. This was many years ago. And I would always die to burn. And then I would try and save my counterspells. And then eventually I would get overwhelmed by their mana, their game actions. I think I needed to stop doing that. Do I need to get a black source here? Get an island. Keep my life total nice and high. This might be a mistake, but I think it's okay. But I used to try and save my counterspells to get the ones that mattered at the end. Right? I used to try and save them and try and be super smart. But I think it's better just to use them when you can. Alright. Rewarded for being... Alright, so let's go 1, 2, 3, Murktide. And let's not get... Let's do... I guess we're not gonna... we have to mill 4. So the question is, do I save the Spell Snare and the Consider for the next Murktide? So I can make them both big? 1, 2, 3... No, I'm not going to do that. It's going to be a while before I'll be able to get the next Murktide out. So let's just do this one as big as possible. Alright. A nice 3-turn clock. No, no eyeballs. I can't see them, so they don't exist. There's only... No, stop it. Am I dead? Alright, I go to 5. Cool. Let's put this into play tapped. And let's hope they don't draw 2 lightning bolts. Let's hope they draw a spell that costs 2 mana. Okay. No. That's not good. Fatal push. Well, that's good. 2... Oh, I might as well get a free draw off it, right? Smash. Might as well get a free draw off it. As long as they don't draw exactly lightning bolt. Okay. Need you to not draw a lightning bolt. Okay, okay, okay. This works for me. Let's get our trigger off the Goblin Guide. Dink. Consider. Oh my god. Consider is the perfect card. Because it lets us kill them, right? Because we'll be able to discard this. We'll be able to cast another Murktide. Grow this. Right? And then we'll... Oh, that's such a perfect draw. Holy shit. God, Murktide is so good. Why did people stop playing this card? Graveyard. Boink, boink. Yay, Murktide. You see, you don't need Modern Horizons 3. You just need Modern Horizons 2 to win. God, Murktide's such a crazy card. To be fair, our opponent is playing a Blast from the Past. Although it is playing the Foundations card. I mean, this is a brand new card that Burn got that Burn never had before. So, I mean, that's something. Not a lot of MH3 in that list, though. Alright, we got Spell Snare, Thought Scour. Alright, we'll keep. Hopefully they're not running too fast and aggressive here, because we might be in trouble. I'm just gonna play a basic island. Surveil. Do I wanna mess with their Surveil? Do I wanna mess with their Surveil? I do. How come? I don't really keep up with Modern. How come it took so long for Belmerk to show up in decks? Because it's very inconsistently powerful in most shells, right? Like, in most shells, it's not consistent. And it wasn't until a shell was invented, right? Like, it had a moderate amount of success. You could play it in Yogg. You could do all kinds of stuff. But there was literally a new deck was literally invented, you know? And I think people had to realize how powerful the Dogga was. Yeah, I think you're totally right on that. Like, I think a lot of people, including myself, slept on how powerful the Dog was. So it took time for this black-white architect to evolve, because the Baelmerk initially didn't fit into any archetype that existed. So one had to be created on its own. And it's been created over the last couple of months, you know? Whereas, because no deck really plays black. Oh my god, this is so good. No deck really plays black. I guess I could have considered for Ooh, they didn't get a lot of value from... I mean, they got value by discarding lands, but they didn't get a bunch of guys to ping me with. Alright, so let's start with Thought Scour. I don't really want that right now. Okay. Frog. I guess... In times of trouble, we must submit ourselves to the Hypnotoad. Yeah, I think Bale, like, people, when Baelmerk first came out, I tried it in, like, Greasefang and Pioneer, and, like, people tried it in existing archetypes, and it didn't really do much. Like, there are people playing it in Yawgmoth with, like, all kinds of stuff. Like, it existed, but it wasn't, it didn't, like, it wasn't there with Flickerwisp. No one was playing, like, Flickerwisp or the dog or any of that stuff. What are you doing? What is this? What are we doing? Are you testing to know if I know how to read Psychic Frog? Block. Discard. Sink into Stupor. Should probably discard the Flooded Strand. I wonder if it's better to force this or to just discard all these cards. If I just discard 3 cards or force this pitching. I guess I'm going to discard this. I will let them use Galvanic Discharge. So I'll make sure they use all the energy up. Alright, so now I will discard this. And I will discard Spell Snare. So as it stands now, my Froggy is a 5/6. So it will survive this combat. And then, okay. Alright, well, Froggy down. Yep. This isn't great for me, but at the same time, like, it's not the worst. It's pretty bad. Whatever. We're just gonna draw a Murktide. A big old fat Murktide. Or a land to be able to hold both of these. Oh, hey, guess who's back? Guess who's back? So as long as they don't have a flag in their hand, we're okay. Okay. It's not a flag, but let's see if they do any attacking here. If I block here, they sack. Yeah, I'll just take the 2. Gets a little hairy here. If I, the problem is this Bowmaster just counters this. Like, Bowmaster doesn't really do much here. Okay, let's... Maybe I should have saved that to discard to the Frog. That was probably a mistake. I needed to probably discard that to Frog. I was so set up on getting... Exile 1, 2... Probably a mistake to attack here, but I feel like I need cards. Feel like I need cards. Okay. Gonna have to go all in on this Frog here. So we let this resolve. We kind of have to. Because we don't want that. We want to either counter the next thing they do or, like, Bowmaster this. If it's a Johnny, we'll have to counter it. Ragavan Dash. What's worse? Them getting 1 counter and 1 life off the Ocelot Pride? Or this Ragavan hitting us? Probably the Ocelot Pride. Alright, let's ping that. They'll sack it and kill our Bowmaster. Goblin Bombardment is such a hell of a card. Oh, they're hitting the Frog. Interesting. That's kind of good for me, actually. Maybe it's good for me. We'll see. At least I have a blocker now. Alright, so they don't have... I wonder why they didn't just play the Ragavan with the Arena of Glory. instead of dashing it. That seems kind of loose. All right. Hopefully this Ragavan doesn't hit me. I guess they could have just. I guess they maybe wanted the mana for next turn. All right. It was also loose for me to attack. Oh, they got a Spell Snare. All right. Are they gonna shoot everything at this Psychic Frog? I will discard. I guess I discard the Counterspell, right? Because they're probably going to bounce the Ragavan back to their hand, and then I want Subtlety. Yeah, let's discard our hand. If they sack the other thing, too, then, like, they have nothing and we have nothing. Alright. Deal. Alright, now we're going to draw Murktide. Murktide. Okay. Well, that's not great. Yield to a turn. I'm not going to Surveil now because they could draw Ragavan and then mess with my Surveil. Alright. They have a Seasoned Pyromancer here. So they're not out of gas. We're out of gas. As long as they don't hit Flage here. It's 1 in 10 that they hit a oh, god fucking damn it. Okay. Okay. Alright, jerkface. Alright, so what do we want? I tried to be like, oh, they just need to hit a flag. That's not a big deal. Well, you saw how big of a deal flag is, and we want engineering explosives. We probably want toxic. So, if we're bringing these in, I think Subtlety is a bit clunky and a bit awkward against them. And I same with Sauron's Ransom. I need to cut 2 cards. Maybe Force of Negation is a little sus. I kind of got blown out by, we kind of got blown out by them having 2 energy bolts for our frog. What's up, Mercurio? How you doing? Did you do the early access Aether Drift stuff? I haven't even looked at the Aether Drift cards. I just go here, right? I go to Scryfall, and then I go to Aether Drift, and then I'm like, oh, I want to see what's worth a bunch of money. And I look at these versions, and I just get upset. And I'm just like, what is this yellow? Like, who thought that this yellow was a good idea? It's very... it's quite the yellow, right? What's up? Gold? Oh, forgive me. Gold. The yellow borders are so gross. It's so intense. And then I know this card's going to be crazy. Like, this card's crazy, right? Crazy. Alright, let's play Scalding Tarn. Yield to the turn. Thank you, Mercurio. I appreciate it. Moving closer and closer to straight up Pokemon. I know, right? The heinous yellow borders. What does this thing do? When you cycle this card, flying, first strike, lifelink, 7/7, crew 3. When you cycle this card, create X colorless pilot tokens. With this token, saddles mounts. Oh my god. Oh, just stop with the keywords that you're never going to use again. Oh, this one saddles mounts. Oh, does it? Ragavan. The ancient enemy of the people. Alright, so what do I want to do? Do I want to Fatal Push the Ragavan, or do I want to Thought Scour? I guess I should just get this Ragavan out of here. Yield to the turn. Do you know why we get the Ragavan out of here? Because we have Froggy. Yield to the turn. Ragavan does have Death Touch to players. This is known. Ragavan. I want to just go all in and discard everything and then just make a giant Murktide and be like, beat this. Static Prison. Well, I shan't be doing that. Do I? No, I wait for this prison to come off, whatever. Yup. And all I do is draw a land, Thought Scour myself, and then play Murktide. Look at how easy it is. Look how fucking easy it is. Thought Scour myself. What the hell are you? Add 1 blue. Add 1 black. Oh. So I could just play this, and then... I guess I get Blood Mooned out of the game here if I do this. If I fetch an island here... I guess I can wait. I can give them 1 turn to have Blood Moon. I'll still have an island. Okay. 1, 2... Schmurktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not a better... You have to be careful, though, right? Pentagrandpa. That's a great name, by the way. You have to be careful, though, because if you have a Fatal Push on turn 1, and this is your only land, you'll be, like, devastated. And then you'd be like, fuck Gloomlake Verge. I'm never playing this shit again. You know? Alright, so we just have to remember that we're getting a frog soon. Bombardment? Yeah, don't care. Don't care. Want to attack me? Oh my god. What a draw. Alright, consider. Consider this. I mean, they play 2-cost things in their deck, right? Smash. Now the question is, does Ragavan have Death Touch to players? Oh, I have the Fatal Push. Fuck it, who cares? Smash! I sure hope opponent doesn't have a Shivan Dragon. This deck... There might be something to this energy deck. It seems pretty good. Static Prison. Yes, you're out of energy. So we need to stop them from getting any energy. Fatal. Off the cliff. Off the cliff with you, Ragavan. Just like this. That card came out right after 300 came out. Alright. Cast something that I can Spell Snare, please. Thank you. Appreciate you. You see, sometimes the called shots work both ways, Manny. Sometimes the called shots are good for you. They're not showing me Blood Moon, so I'm going to take this opportunity to surveil for a counterspell. I mean, I guess. Should probably have that. Card's pretty good. I mean, it's just kind of like a redraw. Because if they surveil a Flage again... I wonder if I could have actually, like, killed them. No, I can't kill them. Next turn, they're gonna die. I was just thinking about it, but it's still a 2-turn clock either way, right? I could cast this, and then they'd go to 1, and then they can't crack this. Yeah, they'd go to... It doesn't seem worth it. Especially because the way they come back in this game is surveil... Well, maybe it would have been worth it to put them to 1, but... I mean, I'm getting a frog back next turn, right? I don't think I need to go too crazy here, because I'm getting frog. Froggy is returning to its home. Its rightful home. Where it belongs. 1 card on top of their library. Interesting. Froggy, come home. You can blame it all on me. Yeah. What are you? What? Wait, what the fuck is this? Sure. Resolves. Did you top that? When you're at 4? I don't know about that one, buddy. Oh, they're geniuses. They have Static Prison plus Arid Mesa. They had the fucking soul read that they were going to do that. But then you're dead to the frog. Like, this doesn't help you. You're still dead to Psychic Frog. Okay. I would like to... Okay. Yes. I would like to discard a card. I would like to discard a card. Would you like to concede? No? You're gonna make me turn my guy sideways? Respect. Okay, we did it. Any changes? Maybe there's an argument for Force of the Negation. But... Nah, fuck it. Deck's great. Deck's great. Can't lose. Everything's wonderful. What about the Solitude in their hand? You know... I drew the Counterspell. I might forget to attack. Yeah. I mean, technically, they are allowed to have Solitude in their deck. Like, it's a card they can play. But fuck them. That's my answer. Fuck them. Yep. I have so many options. I mean, I don't really have a lot of options. I'm just gonna Fatal Push this stupid card. Fuck that card. Alright, don't play a Johnny. 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 Please don't play a Johnny. Well, it's not... I mean, this deck... There are cards from the past, but this deck top 8'd a tournament, which is not nothing, you know? And I think this deck fixes a lot of the inconsistencies. This deck fixes a lot of the inconsistencies that a lot of the other decks had. I'm just going to kill a Johnny. I'm not going to mess around. I'm not going to give them the opportunity to do this. If they have Blood Moon, I will lose the game. Please don't have Blood Moon. I don't think you need Pest Control. I mean, you got a lot of tools in this deck. I don't think you need to go crazy and splash. Don't be Blood Moon. There's two. We boarded out a couple. We generally have a lot of basics, so we can kind of play around Blood Moon. We'll be able to tell here. If they get a basic Plains, then they have Blood Moon. Alright, good. Alright. Let's consider. Consider this. I would like this card. Alright, yield to a turn. Maybe I'm supposed to bottom this, but I don't know. I want to play Frog. Surgical Extraction. Froggy. I did cut the Subtleties. I thought the Subtleties were a bit much. Maybe I'm wrong, but I shaved Forces. I cut the Subtleties and I shaved Forces, so there's still a Force in the deck. I don't really want to 2-for-1 myself against this deck. That was my thought process. I might have been wrong. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What are you going to target? There's so many things you could target here. Frog. Okay. I suppose I should cast a Consider first, right? Maybe there's something cooler to discard. I'm just going to bend this for the graveyard so I can get a giant Murktide. Okay, so let's discard Consider. Let's discard Spell Snare. And then the flag resolves. Okay. Is it worth discarding this Sink into Stupor to kill... Oh, they're not giving me the option. Alright, sure. Alrighty. Arena of Glory, Flays, you say. That seems pretty good. Okay, so We're going to wait till their draw step to Surgical the Flag to give them the opportunity to draw another one. However, it does give them the opportunity to Thraben Charm themselves. Exile any number of target player's graveyard. But if they do that, that's okay with me. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I can get cute, right? And then the next question is, do I need to shock to do this? Or do I hold up the Sink into Stupor? Let's try and get cute. Let's do the draw step Surgical so we can hit flags from their hand. Hopefully they drew one for the turn. Let's shock. Alright, they have a Static Prison, this is the worst possible thing that we could see in their hand. We are probably going to lose. God, what the fuck? Oh, we're so dead. Holy fuck-a-moly. Well, we lose. Good game. Both sides fought hard. I mean, I could sink into Stupor this, but... I guess I could sink into Stupor this in combat. I don't know. We're done. We lose. Game over. Yeah, that was just the worst possible things we could see in their hand. I guess I can, like, sink into Stupor the Static Prison, right? And then I can block this Cat Warrior, and then they're forced between a Johnny and the Static Prison. It's not great, but is it better to just sink into Stupor this? I could also hit a Bowmaster here, so I'm going to try and hit a Bowmaster. Okay. Well, we're dead. Because they just play a Johnny and then they go too wide. We have one draw step for Toxic Deluge. One draw step, one Deluge. Let's go. God damn it. One turn too late. We got rolled by them. Got absolutely demolished. The second I saw this hand, I knew I'd lost. That was rough. That was rough. What do we got here? We got Subtleties, Fatal Pushes, a Murktide. We're on the play. We're on the draw. We can keep. Hopefully these Fatal Pushes do something. Don't know what they're going to do, but we hope they do something. Swamp. What the hell plays a Swamp? I'm going to go with the Thought Scour here over the Surveil. I don't know what our opponent's up to. It could be Goryo's. That's my first thought as well. Goryo's Vengeance. Okay. It is Goryo's, but it's a weird version. It's not your traditional Goryo's. Alright, so... I think we can afford to get Watery Grave here. And let's Thoughts. Okay. Oh, yeah, sure, okay. Okay. Our opponent should have waited, right? Because I was about to Thought Scour myself, right? I was going to be like, mill 2, draw a card. But no. But no. Now our opponent's going to get Thought Scoured. Should have waited. Alright. Now we need to draw a blue source, please. Maximum punished for not playing this on one. I'm going to leave that on top. I have a feeling I'm going to get milled. And I don't want to help them mill me. Uh-huh. I think I've lost this game. It's possible that I might not be winning this game. But on the other hand, I'm about to have an 8-8 Murktide. So maybe we won. Alright, they're not doing anything. 1, 2, Murktide of the 8-8 variety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we could try and get cute, but my Murktide has been drowned in the lock. Sad day. What a sad day for Canada and thus the world. 1, 2, 3. Tasha's. Uh-huh. Okay. Sometimes you have to know when you're conquered. Alright. I think Harbinger of the Seas is good because they play a lot of... Well... Nah. Alright, let's go with Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize. We want these in. What do we want to cut? We probably want to cut Sorrow's Ransom, these two cards. We probably could cut a Thought Scour too. No, we want to make sure we kill all Krabbies. Well, let's cut another Thought Scour. Alright, so bring in Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize, Mystical Dispute, and we'll cut Thought Scour, and Sorin's Ransom. This card's just a bit too much milling. The question is, do we want Spellbomb to try and one-shot them with a Murktide? I don't think we need to do that. We have frogs that do that anyway. So our opponent was not playing Goryo's Vengeance. Our opponent was definitely... It looked like Goryo's Vengeance because there are versions of Goryo's Vengeance that are playing that land, Cephalid Coliseum. Like, I don't know if I have those versions on here, but they do exist. Alright, would you like to play first? Yes. Let's try not to get double archive trapped. Oh ho, baby. I take that back. Maybe we try to get archive trapped. The goon squad is here. Giant, large dragon goons have arrived. I'm actually going to play into archive trap. I'm even going to give him a chance to get an extra land to archive trap me. I'm going to give him an extra draw step to draw an archive trap. Go ahead. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on. Hit me. I want you to hit me. Let me just do my Joker. I want you to hit me. Come on, hit me. Come on. Yes. All right, now you can stop. 1, 2, Murktide. Uh-oh, the lag's back. Waiting for server. Coggers is back. Dude, I have to... Alright, so how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, there's a million. So I can... 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Remember, a Murktide a day keeps the mill away. That's a rule. A Murktide every turn. Bro, that's not cool. Bonk, bonk. I think I just make this one a 3/3. One. I'm gonna exile this one so they can't hit my lands. Okay, yield to the turn. I was so happy with this hand. I was like, they're not gonna have a way to kill my Murktide. I was going to play all the Murktides. I was going to have a squad of dragons. It was going to be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always yield to this trigger. And now their Drown in the Locks are useless. I believe they're trying to cast the Drown in the Lock right in Meow. But they can't. Aww, I'm just trying to have a good time. Why do they have to stop me? They're trying to stop the power that is Murktide Regent. If they kill all 4 Murktides, I'd be upset. I guess now the question we have to ask ourselves is, do we want to go? Do we want to cash in on these cards, or we just want to just hold them? Right? Like, what's the point of doing anything when we have a 7/7 in play? Okay. Alright. I guess I'm going to have to cash in. Do I have island? Yeah, I have an island left. I'll get the Watery Grave, though. I'm going to Thought Scour them so I could draw a Force of Negation here. Nope. Alright. I could lose this game with 4 Murktides in my hand. That is absolutely crazy. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Alright. 1 more Murktide. I had quads. And I still might lose. Dude. Bro. Gotta relax. Alright. Good news. The 4th one stuck. Alright. So now we have Counterspell up. Everything is beautiful and groovy. I can't believe they killed all 4 Murktides. That's kind of impressive, really. I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed. Can I think I can Bowmaster. What are they going to do if I Bowmaster? I guess the worst case scenario would be if they had Sink into Stupor. Or an Otawara. But I think I can afford to do this. That worked out very well for me. Hopefully. Knock on wood. I don't know if there's really a point to playing this Bowmaster. Maybe I could have just held everything up. Okay. It's still a 2-turn clock with the Murktide regardless, I guess. I'm not casting this. Crunch. Maybe I'll cast it on their end step or something. I don't know. Ancestral Visions. It's a good thing I was F6'd. Yeah, it only had 16 cards. That's funny. Alright, we have Counterspell up. Counter the spell. Am I casting the Consider? I might as well. Maybe I can find a Force of Negation plus blue card. Graveyard. That's not a blue card. That's not another Counterspell. What do you got? Oh, that's a lot of these. Counter the spell. Okay, so it took 4 Murktides to win this game. 4 Murktides. Wild. I had 4 Murktides, and I legitimately almost lost that game. Which is wild. Maybe I should board in Spell Bombs. If we saw them playing... We saw them playing Ancestral Visions, so maybe I go up to 62 and board in 2 Spell Bombs. I don't hate it. Yes, this is the list from the recent challenge top 4. Yeah. We're trying it out. We're giving it a run through. We're having some fun with it. Okay, we have Swamp plus Fatal Push. We have turn 1 Fatal Push to kill a frog. To kill a crab, forgive me. And then turn 2 Froggy. So I think we're good. Keepies. So they're going to go turn 1 crab. Okay, perfect, perfect. That is the inferior crab, but we're not going to hold it against them because they're only a bob. Only a simple bob. But maybe their name is I Kill Bobs. I-K... What's up, Philip? How are you today? Okay, it is froggin' time. Alright. Psychic Frog. Are we going to play Aether Drift Limited on Moto? I don't know. It depends on the value of the set. If the value of the set is very high, I haven't looked at. I mean, yeah, look at all the money. I'll probably draft it for the first couple of days. When all the rares are worth $1, right, then it's worth it to draft. But like some sets, like look at Foundations, for example. Or the Innistrad Remastered. Look at the entire set is 1 Emrakul, and then this is just nothing. I'll probably draft a little bit of Aether Drift. Alright. I have played a frog. Your turn. Cycle this, yes. So they can't drown us, right? Psychic Frog plays around Drown in the Lock in a way that is so annoying when you have a Drown in the Lock in your hand. So, for example, I can discard a card. And then I can exile 3. 1, 2, 3. Exile 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, resolves. As someone who's been in that situation, possessing a Drown in the Lock, looking at my opponent's Psychic Frog, it feels bad. It feels real bad. Smash. Frogs can't drown. It's the lore win. Remember that. Frogs can't drown. I don't know if they actually can in real life. And you know what? I really don't want to know. Alright, what do we got here? I'm going to keep it on top. Even though I don't want it, I'm going to keep it on top. When they crack this, I'm going to Bowmaster. I can't cast any of these spells. There's a lot of cycle things in this deck. Like Fractured Sanities and... like if I wait and then try and get them with the Bowmaster... I don't know. I'm just playing fucking Bowmaster. If I like hold the Bowmaster and do nothing, and then I just Bowmaster at the end of turn, and they're just like visions, I'll feel really stupid. No. I like my frog. I like Psychic Frog. Yes, resolves. Alrighty. I have Counterspell. I'm going to discard you. I'm going to discard you. And I believe this puts me at... If they do nothing, I have them dead next turn. Right? Because we make our frog a 7. We can discard 3 cards and kill them. So... But that's them doing nothing. And they will probably put up a resistance. God, Psychic Frog is so stupid. Holy moly. Alright, discard you. Do we want to go for the W here? Okay, alright. It's a good thing we didn't go for the W. Again, they should have been more patient. I probably would have discarded the Spell Snare. I don't think that we can die next turn. So, we'll see. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm gonna make this flying. Murktide, Force of Negation. The reason I'm exiling the Force of Negation is I don't want to give them a good target to surgical. I don't want them to be able to surgical the forces to, like, resolve something. I think I can discard the Subtlety, too. So, let me think. This puts this at... 1, so they're going to take 3. The question is, are we discarding the Spell Snare here? If they take 3, they go to 4, and then next turn I could just discard the Spell Snare plus another card and hold up the Counterspell still. So, yeah, we'll just... Oh, baby. Counterspell and Counterspell. Maybe I should have just discarded the Spell Snare because I need to draw exactly a second blue for it to be good. I don't know. Yay, Psychic Frog. Psychic Frog is so good. I feel like this deck gets rid of the inconsistencies that the Oculus deck had. So, we'll see. We'll see how it ends up going. Okay, we have the Frog. Oh, good goodness. Oh, good goodness. Remember being told the first card that uses your graveyard is the best card, the second card uses your graveyard is your worst. Yeah. I think that's what happens with a lot of, like... What would happen is you'd have double reanimate or something. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, they did it. Oh, they did it. What a jerk. Alright, so let's get an island here, and let's Thought Scour. Alright. It is time for... Fuck does this have? Flying, first strike, leg, trample, blah, 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 blah. It has hexproof. I know that much. Alright, Frog. So this Frog can rumble and tumble and block the Scion. But I don't think I'm going to go for it the first time because they could very easily have a Leyline Binding. Right? And if I go all in right now to try and fight this when... You know what I mean? Like if I try and discard, I could just get blown out by a Binding. So I will let them hit me one time. One time for the one time. And then next turn, we'll rumble when I mean... Alright. Let's go. If they have binding, I'll lose the game. Alright. Do you have binding? You fuck. My guy becomes an 8, which still means he dies. Well, it's a good thing we didn't go for it pre-combat. Lag. Alright, Murktide, please. Oh, tilt! Unbelievable amounts of tilt. I mean, I'm dead in 2 turns, but I need to counter something this turn if they do anything crazy. I would like to counterspell whatever, Tribal Flames or anything stupid. Counter the spell. Alright, Psychic Frog, Murktide. And we're dead. Alright. Harbinger of the Seas. Do I want Consign to memory? It counters that giant thing. I guess I want... I don't know if I want... I kind of want Thoughtseize against them, but at the same time, they're a Tribal Flames deck. Yeah, we'll do this. They are a creature deck, so we want the Fatal Push. And they're a flag deck, too, so we want Spell Bombs plus Surgicals. We're boarding in a lot here. Let's get the Subtleties. I keep cutting this card. I don't know if it's right. They don't have that much to Spell Snare. I'm going to cut Spell Snares. I guess it stops Tribal Flames, but... Bowmasters might not be the greatest against them. Let's cut the Bowmasters. Let's leave in the Spell Snares. I probably want Toxic, too. Nah. I don't really want a Toxic Deluge, a deck that's playing 4 Tribal Flames. Okay. Wonder what I start with. I probably want to consider. I probably can't Frog on 2, because then they'll just play Leyline of the Douchebaggery. Let's get this Spellbomb in play. Yep. I don't think I can Frog on 2. Because if I Frog on 2 and then they just play the thing, I'll be so sad. If I Frog and they're just like, thingy, and I'll be like, fuck you. That's a little aggressive. I shouldn't say that. If I Consign it and then... This card's so annoying. Alright, let's... Is this gonna work with timestamps the way I want it to? Is this is just like a Blood Moon effect, right? Do people know? I should know this interaction. Yeah, as long as I don't get a basic. I'm gonna put this on top. And I'm going to get Undercity Sewers. I don't need that card. Alright. Let's draw a land, please. Oh, perfect. I guess I can Frog here. Now, I could do something weird, and I can Surgical them right now to make sure they don't have a Leyline Binding. And we could get a gauge for their hand. I think I'm going to do that. Just so we could see what their hand is, see what's going on, right? We have the Flage covered with the Spellbomb. Rest in peace. Stubborn Denial. Okay, so let's get rid of you. 1, 2, 3. Might as well take that out. Alright, so they have Rest in Pieces. Now, I'm not very good at building decks, right? Like, I'm not a good deck builder. But I don't know if this card plus this card belong together in the same deck. I don't know if that's the life you want to choose. But I would say I would not the biggest fan of this, but it's going to work out for them here. All right, so let's play our frog. So this is their hand. So let's play our frog. They have a basic mountain in their hand. That's kind of foolish. All right. See what they do, right? Okay, perfect. Perfect. We want them to get greedy with this mana base so we can top rope them with Harbinger of the Seas. They played the mountain. 1, 2. Territorial Kavu resolves. So I am not going to have access to black. I think I'm going to Fatal Push this now to make them use their Stubborn Denial right now. Yes. Make them use this stub. It's going to be a 2/2, right? Because they're going to have this. They're going to have islands plus swamp plus the basic mountain. But yeah, in general, a 2/2 is not scary. Should we try and consider for another land, or do we just jam it? I'd be jamming. What? Yeah, mountain still has all the types. Lands you control are every basic type. Might be problematic. That might be problematic moving forward. Yeah. I guess I can't even triple block. Yeah. I guess I might just have to chump block with the Harbinger. Well, we learned a lesson today. We learned a lesson, and the lesson is this card's stupid. I mean, sure. I could give my guy flying in response. Let's give my guy flying. 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 Wee, I want to fly. I want to fly. I have flown. I feel better. I think I'm just gonna chump block with the Harbinger. I need black mana to kill this, so I'm probably just gonna chump block. Or not. Graveyard. I'm gonna attack with this. Going to attack with this. Hopefully they block it and kill it. Okay. And if they attack, then I can just start getting the Psychic Frog going. Interesting deck. I mean, what does this deck do when it doesn't draw this card? It must just suck. Alright, play the 4/4, please. Well, the problem is they have all kinds of stuff, but we'll see what they end up doing. I want to counter... If they start attacking me, then I'll gladly draw cards. Yeah. Alright. Do I swing both and then just dump my whole hand? That doesn't seem great. Alright, let's attack with Harbinger. Okay, 2 damage. Sounds good to me. Now I have Consign up to... I just want them to cast the stupid... I want them to cast... something. I want to use Consign to memory, damn it. I mean, do they want to let me draw cards? They don't want to let me draw cards, and they don't want to... I mean, I guess I could do this for the next 7 turns. Attack you. Do I feel like rumbling with the frog? No, I don't yet. Okay. Yay, I'm free. Frog. I'm gonna play this land. Okay. Now, I want you to use your Arena of Glory to give a stupid a haste. Come on, use the Arena of Glory. Give something stupid haste. Come on. You can do it. Cast something that's going to get consigned. I believe in you. You going to attack first? Sure. I'll take it. That might be a mistake to take it, but... Okay, I'm going to consign this, right? This should be a trigger. Spike! Hello! Welcome, everyone. Thank you. We're playing... a Murktide with no eyeball. This deck top whatever to challenge. Thank you, Spike. I appreciate you. They're killing a frog. I don't really want my frog to die. So, I'm going to use Spellbomb here. Oh, I'm not going to get to draw, right? Because of the Rest in Peace. This isn't going to hit a graveyard. So I just have to discard these two. I'm okay with that. I'm going to have to discard cards to make one of these big enough to block. Anyway, right? Okay. Our opponent with the old Rest in Peace flag combo. Which you love to see. Okay, that's a problem. Yes. Yeah, no shame hiding. Agreed. So I guess I have to double block one of these. I really thought that I'd be able to get a card. I forgot about the Rest in Peace, so like we're kind of in a lot of trouble here. Because I'm going to have to discard both of these. I'm going to have to discard both of these, block 1, go to 4. How's it going? Well, I learned some things about Leyline of the Guild Pack and Harbinger of the Seas, which really, really was not good for me, what I learned. I learned that I was in trouble. I'm going to lose this game. We're probably going to lose this game. My avatar is literally 2 eyes. Alright, so... Can I go to 4 or can I double... I don't really like going to 4 against the Tribal Flames deck. What did we learn? We learned that Leyline of the Guild Pack and a basic land trumps Harbinger of the Seas. I guess I have to double block. And go all in on one frog. All in. I'm sure nothing bad can happen this way. Okay. Maybe something bad can happen. Oh, yeah, sure. Sure. Alrighty, well that was an absolute ass-kicking. I got demolished by that deck. Ooh. Crushed. This game was close. This loss was close with the energy. And then that deck just destroyed us. Captioning? I don't even know what that means. No. No, that's not what we're not down with that. Alright, we're playing the mirror, hopefully. Okay, it's not the mirror. Well, I might just get got by that. Unless I draw basic swamp, a land that gets basic swamp here. AI text generating subtitles. Calm down. I can barely figure out how to make my webcam work. We're not going to get AI text anytime soon. I was actually watching this dude's stream, and he had like a giant duck on the corner. And like, if you didn't interact with the stream, the duck would grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And then if you like interacted with the duck, you could like slap the duck. And like, there was so much cool shit that this dude was doing with the stream. And I was just blown away. Meanwhile, I have no idea what's going on. So, alright, what are we doing? Unearth. I'm going to crack this. Get a Watery Grave. Float a black mana. Boop. Get out of here with that bullshit. Alright. Frogging time. Frog. Maybe the frog's not great here, but frog's always great. Need you to translate. Murktide? That'd be interesting. Unearth Harbinger of the Seas. Sure. Alright, so we're off black mana, but that shouldn't really matter. Okay. In combat, they don't have black mana either. This is a two-way street, right? Them having no black mana means I have no black mana. If I have to have no black mana for them to win, to be able to win, I'll take it. Should I discard a card here? I don't need to. Just draw cards. Ooh, Bowmaster. Well, I'll probably be discarding that. I should probably try and progress my board a little bit. Alright, that's enough. I still have Counterspell up. Now I have Force of Negation. Yeah, but I don't really want to jam a Murktide into open mana, right? Yes, we could. We could very easily mill in Murktide. But then we are what they call shields down. A swamp? Oh, what a cheater. What a cheaty-faced cheater. See, if we would have made the Murktide, they would have shot the Sheriff. Okay, so let's let this resolve. And I like my guy, so I'm gonna do this. Do I keep the Subtlety? Or the Consider? I think I would want the Subtlety to stop Oculus next turn. So... Alright, all we gotta do is draw a blue card. I'm gonna discard Bowmaster here. Let's see if we could draw a blue card. If we draw a blue card, then I'm comfortable playing Murktide Regent. But if we don't, I'll just hold up the Subtlety. Alright. It's Murktide time. Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should play this land to play around Spell Pierce. I don't need to do that. Nah, they're not going to be able to Spell Pierce the Subtlety. Okay. Yay. Blue-black is the new Jund. Okay, what do we want in the mirror? Probably want Surgical the Extractions. Probably want Spellbomb. Probably want Mystical Dispute. We proved that we don't need this card. I don't like... I guess Subtlety's okay. Yeah, Thoughtseize does look good. You are correct. So we got 7 cards that looks good. What looks bad here? What looks not good? I mean, Bowmaster seems fine, right? Subtlety... I guess we could cut a Subtlety, but like Subtletying a Murktide or an Oculus is a pretty big blowout. Sink into Stupor seems good, right? Because if they get an Oculus or a Murktide, we could just bounce it, right? That seems good. Everything seems good. Fuck. I don't know. I want all of these cards. I want every card. But I know I can't live in Magical Christmas Land where I have every card. I mean, like, this is the matchup that you'd want Sauron's Ransom for, right? You do this at the end of turn, gain a bunch of value. Yeah, but no, but like, Bowmaster is weak, but at the same time, they're playing 4 Considers, they're playing 4 Thought Scours, right? So let's cut our 2-for-1s. Let's cut the cards that are going to cost us card advantage. And let's cut a Consider. Let's play it like this. I don't want to play any card that's going to 2-for-1 ourselves, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe that makes sense, Freedmania. You might be right. It might just be underpowered. Okay, so what do we got? We've got a Surgical to stop some bullshit. We've got a Fatal Push Thought Scour. Everything is beautiful and groovy. Yield through the turn. Everything is beautiful and groovy here. Undercity Sewers. Yeah, Subtlety is a weird card. Subtlety is a weird card because sometimes it's just absolutely cracked. We're going to Thought Scour a threat. Don't worry. Don't worry about the threat. Threat's coming. Okay. The lag's back. The lag has returned. The lag is back. Alright. Let's Thought Scour ourselves. Okay. A Murktide Regent and a Frog. Is there a reason to shock this in? Not really. Maybe we can get into play later. All sneaky like. Alright. Consider, man, imagine if we had a Bowmaster, we'd ping him for 1 here, that'd be broken. It'd be so broken. Actually, it wouldn't be that broken, but still. There's gonna be a new Shadow. There's a new Shadow coming out. It's the legendary vehicle, though, so it's gonna be a little weird. I don't know, that's one of the cards that I noticed from the new set. It's a Shadow card. I don't know if it looks terrible, but... Where is it? It's The Last Ride. Yeah. Well, it's worth $4. This looks ridiculous, by the way. This version looks ridiculous. This yellow version looks stupid, too. This one doesn't look bad. If you notice, on Magic Online, $4 for this one, and then all the other ones are, like, a lot less. This because of set redemptions, but... It's because of set redemptions. It's not because of anything fancy. Alright, they have an abhorrent Oculus right there. It is possible, if they surveil here, that I'm going to want to draw step Surgical Oculus. You need Bone Miser Special Guest. What The fuck is Bone Miser special guest? Is that even online? First place graffiti giant cards. Oh my god. There's so many different versions. Revved Japanese cards. Revved up cards. Oh my god, Wizards, I fucking hate you. Can't you just chill? Rude Rider cards. Oh my god. First place Rider. Borderless promos. Jesus Christ, dudes. Regular framed cards 1. Oh my god. Ugh, Wizards, you fucking suck. I wish Phyrexia had won. It's just like, how do you do coverage? How could you possibly do coverage now? Like the old Star Cities? Like, what the hell? You'd have to have some real art game memory. I don't know. I do remember a long time ago they said, when we're putting out stuff, if it's not for you, then don't buy it. I haven't bought another Magic card. I haven't bought an in-paper card in forever. No, I traded for some cards for EDH. Our opponent took a long time to find that land. Dude, I can't even imagine. AI support. They do need AI coverage. Alright, so if they surveil to 6 here, if they surveil to 6, I'm going to draw step Surgical the Oculus. I almost forgot about that because of how mad I got about all this shit. Alright, they kept 5, so we don't need to Surgical the Oculus on the draw step. Frog. I mean, Frog's fine. Right? We'll just Fatal Push it at the end of turn. Boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop. Off a cliff, Frog! Off a cliff. I don't really need that. I can go to the graveyard. There's no reason to, right? I could just wait till my turn. I could do it during their draw step. I could do it in response to an Unearth. Right? I got all the time in the world. I'm at least going to take a draw step to have Counterspell untapped, right? In case they have Spell Pierce. Alrighty, let's play a land. And, I mean, we have so much stuff here that we don't really need to do... Imagine if they Oculus and we just sink into Stupor it. Oh, man. I'd be so mad. I think we can afford to just chill here. I mean, I guess we could draw step Surgical the Oculus. Nah, let's wait and use the Surgical in response to a thingy-a-mabobber. Alright. Unearth, you say? This is the thingy-a-mabobber I was referring to. Oh, that was pretty fucking easy. Fatal Push, Fatal Push, Dispute. Well, that worked out pretty well. Patience, you see, young man, patience is a virtue. Back in my day... I'm so stupid. Patience is a virtue. Alright. So their hand blows. I might as well take that. The virtues of patience. That's right. Spellbomb. Okay, let's draw a card. Let's play Spellbomb. I don't think there's any reason to use it right now. Yeah, let's just surveil. Might as well wait for them to do something. I probably want this Counterspell, right? I can just sit here forever. Forever and ever, just doing nothing. I'm sure they have Murktides. But, I mean, I have Sink into Stupor. I want to hold up the Counterspell. Okay. Well, this is the worst case scenario. Because now they can Spell Snare my Counterspell. I guess I have to dispute this. Which makes them use the dispute. Okay. Well, this actually, like, wrecks me. This is actual wreckage. I've been actually wrecked. Alright. May I please have... let's see. Let's look for a counterspell. We need an answer for this frog. Alright, Bowmasters works, kinda. They did double Fatal Push here, so actually Bowmaster doesn't really work. Yeah, but if I do that, I'm just walking into their Spell Snare. Alright. Let's cast this. Going to shoot them. Yep. No, I'm gonna counterspell this. I mean, obviously this frog was the worst thing that they could have drawn that turn. The best thing that they could draw. Alright, so this is gone. This is gone. And we'll go to Chump Block. Don't know why they let us Chump Block instead of using the Fatal Push. Okay, so now we're going to sink this. I guess we should try and wait till they're up end step, so that if they surveil, if they crack this to surveil, then they won't have actual factual counterspell. So they didn't crack, so we do this now. Bounce the frog. We know their hand is Fatal Push, Frog, Unknown. Now we countered the frog. Alright, now they have a Fatal Push. No, my graveyard! No! I lost 20 cards in my deck. Gross. Alright, so they still have the Fatal Push. So, we're kind of drawn not in a good spot here. Yeah, no Murktides. I was looking for a Murktide. It's funny. We're exactly even at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're exactly even on cards. Only I've drawn 3 more lands. That's funny. Because they have 7, and I have 7. Only I have 7 lands, and they have 4 lands plus 3 spells. Oh, magic! Alright, we're going to surveil here, and this is going to be the best surveil of my life. Frog. Yep. Murktide. Yep. Alright, surveil. That's not going to cut it. So they still have a Fatal Push in their hand. It's got to be Sauron's Ransom. Or something that can get us back into this game. Alright, we're dead. I guess I have another draw step. No, because they're going to just Fatal Push me. I'm just going to concede. They're going to Fatal Push this, attack, draw a card, hit me for 6. Then next turn, I'm just dead. Alright, so what did we learn? We learned that Bowmasters might be a little too not powerful enough. I don't know. We learned draw frogs. Yeah, that's pretty much what we learned. We learned that Psychic Frog is just the dumbest card ever printed. And our opponent had one and we didn't. Alright, would you like to play first? Yes. Ah, we have a frog. So we win. We have the frog. So we will use our Psychic Frog. So we'll play frog, and then they'll play frog, then we'll Fatal Push their frog, and then we'll win. I wonder if they're pondering a Force of Negation here. What's the pause for, homie? Why are we pausing? I don't know. I think they're just playing slow. I say that, and then they're only down a minute. Because I'm playing slow too, apparently. Alright. Am I just jamming Frog City? Probably right. We got nothing else to do. Maybe if I draw a Bowmaster, I'll Bowmaster instead. Because that'll eat a Counterspell or whatever. Upkeep stop from our opponent. Doing nothing. What land do we want to play? Do we want to get a swamp? I don't think we need to get a swamp. I think we'll just get an island here. Try and keep our life total nice and high. And Frog. You have to turn. Crap. Okay. If they have Force of Negation here, I will lose. I guess that I can wait and do this during their upkeep. But if I do it during their upkeep, then they get Counterspell. But if they have Counterspell, then I have Spell Snare. So I guess we're upkeep doing it. If I cast this and they Force a Negation, I will lose. Oh, now it doesn't matter. Because now if I do it and they Force a Negation, I Counterspell it, and they go down a bunch of cards. Not a bunch, but they go down some cards. They didn't even have it! All that bluffing and blustering and they didn't even have it? They're just derping. They're just not doing anything. Well, let's get rid of this upkeep stop. You see how I needed an upkeep stop, and then when I didn't need it, I took it away? Do you see how easy that was for anyone who has an upkeep stop for no reason? Or they have another frog, yeah. For all you upkeep stop enjoyers. Okay. I believe it's time to surveil. The upkeep stop wastes so much time, it's crazy. Do I want this? I just get to surveil next. No, I don't want this. I want something good. This is for combat. This is for, like, limited end of turn combat damage stuff. This is, like, important for limited. There's a lot of, like, end step. You want to do something before whatever. Alright. Let's play this. We're just passing the turn. Yeah. Frog. I would like to Spell Snare this frog. Spell Snare. Okay. Let's Thought Scour me. Eventually we're going to get to play a Murktide here. That's what we're looking to do. We're looking to find one of our 4 Murktides. I could probably cut these 2 stops. Like, if I'm being honest, I could cut these and then use them the same way, but they're so ingrained in me at this point. Because most of the time, I play Magic online fast. So, like, I just F6 through this stuff. But these are muscle memory. Like, I could probably get rid of these stops. If I was timing out more games, I would get rid of them. But I've timed out, like, 1 game so far since I returned to streaming. Most of my other timeouts have been because I was playing 2 games at once. Which we're not going to count. We're not going to count 2 games at once. Alright, what do we get? What do we get? Ooh, hello. Hey, what's up, hello? Bonk, bonk, bonk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counterspell? Well, I'm going to counterspell your counterspell. Hey, like them apples. Alright, Murktide. 8-8. What's up? God damn it. Do I need to spellbomb their graveyard right now? Alright, friends. Would you spellbomb their graveyard here? I lose value, but they can't Murktide me. They could also go land Oculus, right? They could go land hardcast Oculus, so I think this needs to happen. They do have a land drop, so we need to do this. It sucks. It's a bit of a spew, but we need to do it. Let's find out if we just spewed for no reason. Oh, we're so fucking smart. Oh, God, we're so smart. Alright, so this Mystical Dispute basically invalidates this counterspell. So let's take it. We are so goddamn good. I mean, we're still losing and gonna lose. Consider. Alright, as long as they didn't find another counterspell. Alright. Don't have found another counterspell, please. Yay, we're the greatest. Fuck, we lose. Ah. Would you like to play the game of Frog? Unfortunately, they have 2 cards in their hand. They're going to have 3 cards, which is basically cheating. Uh-huh. Alright. I can't block. I will have to attack and then draw cards. God, Psychic Frog is so good. This is just luck top deck mode. Alright. God fucking damn it. Oh, we're so dead. I guess I could discard to jump this frog and then attack. And then try and draw an answer. I guess they'd have to discard a card and then exile all 3 to block. Exile 3. 1, 2, 3. But I need to draw cards. Alright, be in combat. I need to draw into a Murktide. Attack. I need to draw into Murktide. Oh, they had Sink into Stupor? Ugh, gross. Alright, well, our frogs will bounce off each other. But blocking, I can't block, right? So I might as well attack. So, they have 2 frogs, which is twice as good as what I have. Alright, what do I need to draw here? I need to draw a Murktide. Okay, well, let's attack. I need to get up on cards. I need to hit a Murktide. I need to do something. I just can't sit here and block these when they have 3 cards. I just lose a frog for nothing. I think I'm going to lose. I could still make an effort. We can still go out swinging. Even though our opponent's going to make us wait for it. This is going to be the last of this deck. So, we can play something else after this. Alright, show me Fatal Push. Okay. If I am going to play Bowmaster, I should play it on... I guess I need to consider now. Maybe I'll draw... I don't need that. Maybe I'll draw a Fatal Push. Okay. I'm going to save this to discard to my frog. We're going to Bowmaster during their upkeep because I don't want them to have a higher chance of drawing a counterspell. Orcish Bowmaster. So there is also a wacky draft format on here. Pioneer Chaos Draft League. I'm putting that on the voting. So who wants to see a Pioneer Chaos Draft League? Does anyone have any desire to see Pioneer Chaos? Alright, we're dead. Alright. Jeez, we got demolished. We got absolutely shit on. We kind of lost to Pseudo Mirror. I think Bowmaster... I think whoever said I shouldn't be playing Bowmaster was right. Card's just not powerful enough in this matchup. Yeah. Yeah, I did see this. We'll put this on the...